Hello, teacher geniuses. Welcome back to Tales of Teacher Transformation. Well, hi there, Maxine.
Hi, Miriam. How are you today?
I'm really great. I have a present for you.
You do?
It's a surprise. Would you like to see it?
Yes.
It's in a paper bag.
A pretty paper bag.
What could it be? Yes, you can open it right now.
Okay. It's a mango.
I knew you'd like it. And if you don't like it, I'll have it.
I like mangoes. Thank you so much. What a surprise.
Anytime. Well, so what are we going to talk about now today?
Well, today's topic is
teaching English in English. T-E-E.
T-E-E. And first, we're going to focus on how it feels for you as teachers, and then
for students also, right? So why is teaching English in English important?
That's a good question. Why is it important?
Well, I think it's important because if I'm learning English and the teacher can model the English, I'll hear more English, I'm exposed to more English, and I'll pick it up faster, and I'll learn it better, and I'll realize that English is really a language that I can use, and it's great for communication.
That's great.
What do you think?
Well, I would add that it really helps students put their English language ears on so that they're really focused and paying attention to listening in English.
Mm-hmm. Especially for young learners, it makes them remember things so much better, too.
Yes, and we know how important repetition is for remembering.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Okay.
Well, so what can help us teachers teach English in English?
Yes. So scaffolding is an important part of that.
Scaffolding?
Scaffolding, if you think of it as building, and we're starting at the beginning and we're building on our students' abilities to succeed for an activity or a task.
So you want to build it up piece by piece by piece, not all at once, like I did in yesterday's video about the garage and the frogs and the paper bags, but you want to do it piece by piece and review and build on what they already know.
Yes, right. Background knowledge.
It's like when you're building a building, you can't just build the building without putting up a structure to help the workers go up higher and higher to build that building. Oh, a scaffold. Okay.
Yes.
Well, what about reflecting?
So reflecting, again, being a reflective teacher is an important part of teaching. So thinking about how we felt during an activity, what went well, what helped students learn, what helped you as a teacher teach, and what may have hindered students for learning and hindered you as a teacher for teaching. And so thinking about it and thinking about what you might do differently next time.
Or thinking about what word you forgot in English when you were trying to remember how to say, take out a piece of paper or something like that.
No. Yes.
And then CCQs. I remember we talked about that yesterday, and those are very good for checking the understanding for the student, but also I can check as a teacher, how is the quality of my instruction? Are they understanding me? Are they getting the message? So CCQs could be really handy too.
Yes, definitely.
Uh-oh.
So what hinders teachers teaching English in English?
Well, I think there's probably a lot of things that could hinder the teachers. I mean, maybe they feel anxious about using English. Maybe it's not their habit and they feel their pronunciation is bad and they're nervous or critical.
Mhm.
Or maybe it's just difficult because they never did it before.
Yes.
What do you
yes.
think hinders their teaching English in English?
Well, can I share a story?
Sure.
So this happened to me when I was teaching Spanish in Costa
Oh.
Rica.
You went to Costa Rica
I went
last
to
year. That's
Costa Rica
right.
right before the pandemic.
Oh, wow. Right.
And all of my students were English native speakers. So I was very nervous, and I was worried about making mistakes. I was worried how that would feel to do that, and remembering to stay in Spanish, even though my students all spoke English like I do, similar to what you do in Korea, where you're teaching English in English, even though you all know Korean.
Well, I have a question for you. Did it improve your Spanish?
It did improve my Spanish because I prepared in advance, and I made sure that I was comfortable with all of the classroom instructions that I needed to use.
Classroom instructions, right.
Yes, exactly.
And you could practice and rehearse.
That's
Mhm.
right.
Right.
And I repeated to help me remember many times.
But what happened if you made a mistake?
The wonderful thing was that my students were very understanding. And as I've said all along, we all make mistakes. And so I used it as a learning opportunity with my students to say, teachers make mistakes also.
Wow, that's great.
And then it makes the students feel safer too, like, oh, it's okay to make a mistake, especially if the teacher does.
Mm-hmm. Wow, that's wonderful.
Yes.
Well, so I think there could be some suggestions in what you said for teachers, since you know about it from teaching Spanish in Spanish. What would you say would be the best suggestions for teachers?
So self-compassion is one of my
Mm.
favorite words for whatever I'm doing, not just for when I'm teaching, but to be kind to myself, to remember we all make mistakes. I did the best I could. And overall, I'm proud that I took a chance and did something that was a little bit scary for me.
You did something that was helping you transform into a better teacher. That's wonderful.
Exactly.
Well, you know, when you said that, I think another thing that helps teachers teach in English is showing, show, don't tell. So, for instance, you could use gestures like take out a piece of paper, or you could even say take out a piece of paper.
Oh, that's like a little chant.
Oh, a chant.
Chants are great for learning languages too. Take
Take
out a piece of paper. Take out a piece of paper.
Take out a piece of paper. I have another one. When you have to make all the students get a piece of paper, take a piece of paper and pass it on. Take a piece of paper and pass it on. Take a piece of paper and pass it on. So
Very
that's fun.
fun.
We can make chants for all of those instructional phrases that we have to use.
Mhm.
And what about sharing? Sharing what? What are we
So
sharing?
here as teachers, and the community of English language teachers is very caring and collaborative.
And creative.
Yes. And so if you have an idea that you might want to share with a colleague, or if you're having a hard time thinking about how to teach a specific lesson for your students, you share ideas with a colleague.
Ooh.
And even if you're feeling you're having a hard day, you can also share that sometimes with a colleague.
Wow, that's right. Then the old saying, two heads are better than one. So we get to increase together. We get to grow together.
Yes.
So speaking of sharing, you know, we do have a list of resources at the end of this video with 150 different classroom instructional words and phrases. So it's super useful. It's grouped by category. And if you'd like to get a better grasp on all of those English phrases, just check out that video at the end.
Yes. And we'll show that at the end, as Miriam said.
So for both teachers and students, you know what? There's a phrase that I love. Do you ever hear this in your teaching? Tell me and I will forget. Show me and I will remember. Involve me and I will understand.
If you'd like to pause here and copy this slide, that would be a great idea. But again, this whole idea of telling, what do we call that when teachers talk too much?
Teacher talk time.
And do we want to decrease teacher talk time? So we don't want to tell our students, we want to do what?
We want to show them and have them involved in speaking English in the classroom. And that's why using our native language to explain the English isn't a good idea, because they'll remember the native language, but not the target language, English.
Good point. So here are some strategies that we can use when we're teaching English in English for our students. We've talked about scaffolding.
Scaffolding. Mhm.
And repetition.
Oh, you know, our favorite phrase right there.
Yes.
Repeat to remember, remember to repeat. Right.
Yes.
Repeat to remember, remember to repeat. Okay.
Yes.
And then chunk. What is a chunk?
So a chunk is a group of something together. And when we chunk, we teach pieces at a time. So another word for chunk is a piece. So we want to try to chunk 3 new words at a time or 3 ideas at a time, depending on the level, rather than too much at once.
Oh, like yesterday, I could have taught 3 new words: garage, paper bag, and bring. But I didn't chunk, and I gave her too many instructions all at once.
Yes. And we talked about showing, not telling, and CCQs.
Yes, because CCQs, remember yesterday with the garage, bags, and frog exercise? Finally, I did break it down. What do you need to bring? How many? Can you repeat? All those kinds of things help me understand. Did she understand? And help her understand exactly what to do. Helps the teacher, and it helps the students figure out the task.
Yes, exactly.
So some of the things that we can do for students is we can use visual aids and pictures. We can act it out. We can use TPR. Oh, we've done so many TPR examples. That's fantastic. And we can use gestures like paper or bring or stand up, and intonation. How do we use intonation?
Intonation is a very important part of speaking English. So Miriam, I think you have a nice example that we can do together.
Actually, I do, but you have to participate. Are you ready?
Okay, I'm ready.
So you're going to ask me, how are you today? And let's ask at least 3 times, 3 or 4 times, okay?
Okay,
And we'll repeat, but I'm going to say a different answer.
How are you today?
I'm great.
How are you today?
I'm super.
How are you today?
Fantastic. Wonderful.
Great. Now, this is wonderful.
Great.
Oh, yes.
Great. That helps with the intonation and the length.
Yes. Now, what if we don't have one of these wonderful red
stretchy things? Well, that's good, because in my experience, I don't like to use small rubber bands with elementary students, because sometimes they'll have a rubber band war.
Oops.
And that's no good. So I just use my hands. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
How are you?
I'm great.
I'm great.
I'm fantastic.
I'm fantastic.
I'm excellent.
I'm excellent.
So the gestures can go along with the vocabulary, and it helps with pronunciation a lot too.
Mhm.
And with memory, because we're using our multiple senses.
That's
multi-sensory learning.
yes, great.
Wonderful.
Now,
And another thing that we can do is if we want to engage the students' attention and their whole brain, we can use props.
we can act out or role play.
A role play, yes. So would you like to do a little role play?
I would love to do some role play.
Okay, well, I have my Australian hat and I'm going to pretend that I'm from Australia and I'm hungry and I need to find a very good restaurant.
Okay.
Okay. Good day, mate.
Good day.
I'm hungry.
You're hungry.
Yes, I'm very hungry. Where is a delicious restaurant?
Let me take you there. We'll go together.
Let's go to the restaurant.
Okay.
Thanks, mate.
All right. That was fun.
Not bad. I think that was excellent. So we've seen that we can use role playing and props. We can use songs like we did head and shoulders, knees and toes yesterday. We can do opposites like big and small, tall and short, cold and
Hot.
hot. Mhm.
Happy and sad. Okay. And always TPR.
Can't go wrong with TPR.
Yes. So we're going to play a little song for you now. Here's the URL, and we'll have it at the end as well. And no assignment for you. Just watch and maybe think about something you like about this.
Unless you want to get up and dance around with the music, you can do that too.
Yes.
Take a movement break.
Yes.
Stand up, sit down, stand up, turn around, sit down, stand up, turn around, turn around. Put one hand up, put one hand down, put two hands up, put two hands down, sit down, stand up, turn around, turn around. Jump, 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 hop, 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 run, run, stop, 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 sit down, stand up, turn around, turn around.
All right, Miriam.
That was cute.
That was cute. What did you like about that video?
Well, I like the monsters. They were very cute. And I want to go back and play Draw My Monster game again.
That was a fun game.
What did
too.
you like best about it though?
I liked the repetition. I thought
Oh.
that was really helpful. And I liked the TPR because we could all act along with it and really start feeling those words in our bodies.
And the fact that it's a song, everybody will remember that maybe for
Mhm.
a long time. It's easy to
Yes,
remember songs.
It really is. And you can even make up your own songs for words too.
Great. All right, so we've come to the moment of our final activity for this video. And our Teaching English in English activity is to write down 1, 2, or 3 suggestions that you might give a colleague to help them teach English in English. So, for instance, if somebody asks you for ideas because they're having a problem, or good ideas you had, or what else? just
Or
how to use it and share.
Yes, just
Oh.
checking in with another colleague sometimes too.
Wonderful. Oh,
Yes, here's the song that we listened to, if
Mhm.
you want to pause and copy that. And Miriam, what's this?
oh, that's our famous list of 150 different English classroom vocabulary items. It's really useful just to have that at ready reference. So anytime you need those vocabulary words, you can find them right here and compile your own list.
Yes, it's a good resource.
Wow, we've come to the end of another amazing lesson.
Yes, we
So,
have.
Thanks so much for
Thank
sharing.
you. It was fun.
It was fun. We feel
Yes.
very energized, and we appreciate all of you teaching English in English and making such a good effort to help our future language learners. Thank you.
Thank you. Goodbye for
So-
now
Happy teaching.
and happy learning.
Woohoo. Bye-bye.
Bye.